My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. As you can see right there, LLC. Those are our new copyrighted labels for the Black Series Edition. Right there, you see right there, the new labels. And over here, contact information, Facebook information, email information, our company phone number, and then we have it right here, free worldwide shipping. I was going to make it basically for a few countries, but I decided, you know what, let's just do all of them, free worldwide shipping all the way around. All right, so did we add anything? Oh, we did add a little animation demonstration with that one. Did we? We didn't have one with that one, do we? I'm going to do this one with the spin. Like the other one has a spin on it. We're going to do a spin on this one too. We'll put the spin on that one. I put the spin on all of them. So this is done. This is saved. I don't know what was going on the page. It took forever to load up, but it's working fine now, which I'm glad. Thank you, Jesus. That's all working fine. Let's publish that. So that's done. We have it on the marketplace. We have it on the front page. I got to go into my shipping policy and put it in there because we have a huge policy in there why we don't ship overseas. And now that's going to be removed out. Here it is right here. So we're going to go in and we're going to take this whole section here, which we don't need anymore. And we're going to remove all of this, just this right here. Take that out. So we don't, that policy is gone. So now we have under, should be our texture coming here. There we go. Free worldwide shipping. We can't get that to come down a little bit. There we go. Free worldwide shipping. Make sure it didn't shift anything else on the page. Yeah, it did. It actually shipped our movie players. So let's see if we can grab these, our players here, which are, I think we got to come out of this text first so we can get access to the players. There we go. These are our video players that show demonstrations on our products, how their orders are processed. I want to make sure those are sitting in the right place. All right, and let's come over here. See if we got another one that got jumped out of place. Yeah, this one got jumped way out of place. That is the batch number demonstration. And then we have right here, information. Where's the information on the batch number? There's right here. This should actually be in red, to tell you the truth. Where's we have the penalties for that? That should definitely be in red. Let me see. Violations. This should be in red. Is that in bold? It's already in bold, so we need that in red. There we go. I wish I had a deeper red than that. That is not a deep enough red. Can I get a deeper red than that? It's more pink. All right, that's better. Apply that. That's finished. It's done. All right, let me see. I just noticed something. I am going to have to, I can put this in the home page. Literally, we can just put it in the home page. So it's been updated here, free worldwide shipping. Yeah, we got to update all this too. Yeah, we do got to update this. We don't have any of the shipping policies in here for overseas as well. Overseas shipping is 7 to 10. Depends. We put the what it would be is 7 to 10. That would be long as the delivery time and transfer time for the U.S. is. And then we have to add to this one right here. We are missing 7 to 10. And overseas. Shipping time will be 7. It depends. It'll be shorter than 7 to 10, but we have to put what it may be. 7 to 10 business days. We have business days over here. Pretty sure I put the same thing on. Be nice. Oh, shipping time. All right, this is 3 to 7, and overseas shipping time will be 7 to 10 business days. BS business days. Okay. So we have that there that's noted. Why is COVID spelled with an underscore? Look at that. All right, we had COVID-19 policy for the COVID-19 delay. If it happens, if we have those delays that'll pop up, that's covered. Make sure everything is in here because I was going to put the new updates in here for the site. Oh, let's get this out of here. You're doing too much. This needs to be here. All right, let me see. Did the other one move too? That's actually in the same spot. That's good. Early cancellation, termination fee, fully knowledgeable. Okay, it's all there right there for that document. All right, we just updated in our shipping policy right here for the free shipping. Right there. I am going to go in under, let me see. Yeah, we should have it 3 out in the open. Okay, let me see. This makes it interesting and difficult at the same time. I think I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna turn this into a media player. We can drop the policy right here in the media player easily. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it right here in the media player. I need a small media player that's gonna fit right up in here. Which shouldn't be hard to do. I just want to overlap all this. Well, we're definitely gonna need a media player in here for this. So we got to take this image out altogether. Oh, hold on for a minute. See if we can get the image out first. So we should be able to take it out. We should be able to hit delete and pull it all the way out with no problem. All right, we're going to take that out, and we're going to go in and we're going to get a media player for that right there. In the gallery for media player. Note in the wrong page from this section over here. All right, we need a media player, a gallery. Don't need anything too big, something small. So a little page from side to side. That's all we need. A little slide page, nothing big. Just got to put our policy for copyrights in there. That's why. Just a simple slide page should be perfect. Do we have a simple slide page in here? Why does everything have to be so freaking berserk in here? I just need a basic slide page. That's it. Slide gallery page. Is this part of it? This is a postcard slider. This is a slide page. All right. This is all we need right there. Perfect. That is perfect. Let me see. Nope, we're not jumping over too far. It's perfect right there. Put that right over in there. Perfect slide page. Take all these out. Move this. Get all this stuff out of here. I'm going to put a nice little slide page in here. You always leave one in here. Makes it easier. Grab this one over here. All right. Let's see. Copyright violation policies. All right, in general, I found liable for copyright infringements. Whatever damage is less than more than 30,000 per fringe. I told you it's $30,000 per. It depends on how much damage was done. There's a lot of damage you put in there to carrying on and acting up, just doing dumb stuff. There's a lot of evidence. The more evidence you have, the higher the policy is going to be. Copyright violations.
According to U.S. Copyright Office, as a general matter, copyright infringement occurs when a copyrighted work is reproduced, distributed, performed, publicly displayed, or made into a derivative work without the permission of the copyright owner.
Yeah. All right, let me see. Let me fit all this in there. Gee whiz, a lot of information. Really, you don't have to make a page for this thing. Shows you a lot. This is not as simple as people think it is. It's extremely, very serious policy. All right, this is the entire policy. We can't fit this whole thing on here. That'd be virtually impossible to fit that whole thing on there. I wonder if we have the room to put that in there. Let me see if we go over here and grab this. What's our word count on here? No, we're not gonna have the room for this. We can put a link in there. All right, a link for that policy. We definitely can put that in there. So this is the link for this entire policy, which is insane. Can't publicly display. So a lot of things you can't do. Can't publicly display it without the person's permission. You can't do that either. That's one of the policies that people don't realize, that they think because they didn't touch it. You can't publicly display the copyrighted material without the permission for the author. So the fact that if you even take it and you display that somewhere, you can be sued for it. This is the entire, you know how insane the policy is? This is literally how big these policies are. That's the policy 501, infringement of copyrights. This is the entire policy on it. It is massively huge. Yeah. This is what we'll be going over in court. And we're still going down on this. This still, look at this. And it's a big policy. There we go. We fit to hit the bottom. So we're just going to put this entire link in there because I don't think I got enough room to put that giant thing in there. So we're going to put that right here. So we have a link so you can read through this massive policy and see exactly what you're getting yourself into if you touch that copyright or any of our other copyrighted materials. People go back and say, what about this? It's not about that. I mean, it's hearsay in court. They don't care about that at the end of the day. All that's in that policy is what's going to come up in court. It's a huge, massive policy. You have to go through all of this. There's a number of things you can't do with copyrights. Look at this stuff, man. This is crazy. Damages. For damages, all kinds of, just for displaying it. We don't even have to show emails, nothing. Just for picking it up and displaying it can get you sued. Reordered to recover instead of actual damages. Yeah, I read through this whole thing. I had to read through the whole thing. I was filing the paperwork for it. It's massive, man. This is just chapter 5. It's a lot. So I'm gonna take this whole link for myself right here and put this right here. What we got right here? We're gonna put this link here. We need to add a link. Now this is gonna go to a website, new page. There it is right there. So if you feel the need, you wanna tamper with that label, we suggest you read through this policy right here. That's from the United States government on basically why that label right there. If you show it off, if you display it, if you slander it, and you do anything with it without a permission, we can sue you. Let's see, describe what it is. Let's see. Where is the document for this thing? See what we have here. I don't want to look at that again one more time. Right here, this was for copyright violations.
According to U.S. Copyright Office, as a general matter, copyright infringement occurs when a copyrighted work is reproduced, distributed, performed, publicly displayed, or made into a derivative work without the permission of the copyright owner.
Hear that? Can't display my work without my permission. So if they tell you, no, you can't do it, you can't do it. That's why when you see stars come up there, or comedians, and they're doing shows, and you got that blur over top their shirt, that's because they don't want you to basically display it. They got that right to tell you that. We don't want you to display it. If you do it, we're going to sue you. You can't do that. Look at you in a lot of trouble. Here we go. This is our registration for told you. Be careful what you touch at the end of the day. Now he's got 2 lawsuits coming at him. One for basically that Black Series. That name has a copyright underneath of it. Right there. There's our official seal. There's our registration number. From the United States government. Which means when we finish this one, we will follow a second one. For basically, and we have Wix. We have the pages to back it up showing that you choose to use the Black Series to put scammer right over top the logo, right over top our name, slandering our company's name, and displaying it publicly on your channel. So on your YouTube. If you're on YouTube, we'll be coming after that one too. So this was going to be filed next. Let me see. This is a certification of registration. Certification of registration. Certification of registration. Registration number. Copyrights. Copyrights, copyrighted, should be copyrighted, copyrighted. Do 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 do. Let me see. Events. Yep, tomorrow morning. I'm going to give you a word of advice right now. Anybody that got any one of these license or copyrights materials on your YouTube channel, I don't care where it's at, you better start deleting as fast as you possibly can. Because when my attorneys go online, and that's what their job is, we paid them for, to search out and find anybody, I don't care who you are, who has this license material on your page without my permission. If you're publicly showing it off, I can sue you for it. I would strongly suggest you right now, delete it as fast as you can. Because if you don't, and like I said, when you see my face, that means your life is over. I'm going to take everything from you. I try to be nice to people, I do. But if you see my face in court, there's no mercy. No plea deal, there's nothing at all, period. I'm going in strictly to do what I'm designed to do, to protect my company at all costs, to protect my company's name, to protect my work. And if you're doing this kind of action at the end of the day, I guarantee you, bar none, I will strip you clean, I will throw you out in the street, and you won't have a dime to your name. And I don't care who's involved at the end of the day, this is business. So it's your job as an adult to don't tamper with it, leave it be, mind your own business. But if you want to be doing that nonsense at the end of the day, and if you touch it, if you call my company a scammer, you don't have proof, I'll see you in court. Now I got people getting in court and crying whine about how they got families to take care and they got kids and they can't. That's not my problem at the end of the day. This is business. You have to understand, if you were an adult at the end of the day and you knew you have a family to take care of at the end of the day, then what you should have done is thought of them first, act like an adult, and don't do dumb stuff. That's the same thing I see people do when they go to court for bank robbery and everything on the face of the planet. They want to get in front of the judge and say, well, I got a kid and I got a family. Well, you should have thought about that before you loaded up a rifle and walked into a bank and robbed the place. It's called cause and effect. Let me see, ambient light protection. So we give you plenty enough time, which will send you a cease and desist order, where I believe in giving people second chances. And if you don't do the cease or cease, see what they call it, you don't do it. If I butcher, I do apologize. But if you don't do it and you don't apply by it, then guess what? I'll see you in court. When we go to court, I can honestly say, look, we sent them documents. We told them not to do it. So and so and so. He continued on. After that, the court's going to look at it like, oh, whatever. And then whatever happened to you, this is going to happen to you. That's all. But you can't do that. Let's put in rejection. Let's see. People don't know that. There's so many rules in copyright. So I love it when people come up and say, oh, you don't know jack. If you haven't filed one of these out, if you file copyright, you'll know exactly what you're talking about. You can't even publicly display it without permission. So when we're sitting in court, they're going to sit there and they're going to ask them, the arbitrator judge is going to ask them, did you have permission to display Mr. Bird's work, copyrighted work? Did he give you permission? That's the first thing they're going to ask. I've sued people for copyrights before, and that's the first thing they're going to ask. Did you have permission? And then they're going to look at how many times you displayed my work without my permission. They're going to look at the cause and effect of what happened when you basically displayed my work, labeled me as a scammer, and they're going to look through all those emails and all that information we sent through, and they're going to basically trace all that information, and that's it. They don't even, at the end of the day, don't even have to trace it, for the simple fact that you touch the logo and you put scammer underneath of it, and the emails all say scammers in them. That's enough evidence right there. And now you have the racial slurs that also too mention me being a scammer, calling me the word nigger. That's now considered to be a hate crime. So you'll be blamed for that too. It's called conspiracy. It's the last thing you want to be stuck into. You get serious jail time for conspiracy charges because you triggered it. This is what I mean by string. This is why I held off for a while before filing some of these, because I knew the outcome was going to be really bad for you. And I was trying to basically cut you a break, but you just wouldn't take it. And when you took my logo and did that, that was the last straw. So that's why I said anything you have to say, you can say it for the judge. Save it for the judge. That's all. Can't display it. Can't do it. No, can't do it at all, period. I never forget, there was a fellow by the name of, I forgot his name. His name was Mikey. Called him Mikey. I didn't know the guy personally, but I read a story about how, Black Series Edition, how he went into a clothes convention, and he basically took the swoosh from Nike and made it Mikey. Now, usually when you have invention places like that where they're showing off a lot of clothes and new stuff, these people will have attorneys and people down there watching to see if there's other vendors ripping off their products. And if you get caught by one of these guys, you're done. And Nike sued the daylight out of the guy. This guy was left penniless. Can't go around touching people's stuff. Let me see. Edition. Editions. Oh, did you put your whatchamacallit in there? Which one did you? You gotta put your Let me get the cap lock of that one. Put in some stuff in real quick. That's what you gotta do. But I suggest before people go in and try to run your mouth about something you don't know, let's let the judge decide on that one. me see. Yes, correctly. Certification of registration, copyright number. VAU space 1-487 dash. And that's why I explain to people, make sure that you have your information registered, because again, when you go to court, nobody will honor a poor man copyright. You have to have an official registered number. VA. There's VA. VA. Is there a space between the VA? Is there a space in there between the VA? There we go. Matter of fact, I want to bring this down so it's, there we go. VA AU 1-487 86. Sorry. Yeah, 986. Every place we went to file against this fellow, that's the first thing they asked for. If we went there and gave him, if it wasn't fake or real, now you can't do anything. All right, it's finished and done. Got the free worldwide shipping for the customers. We just added in some information here. I wish I can just go in and put the entire thing. I don't think we can put the entire thing in there because that thing is freaking huge. Copyright office, infringement office. Let's see, research, certification. Let's see, a certificate how to show proof of your copyright. Copyright. You have to do it with a copyright records. You have to have proof of that right there. Okay. Because they ask for registration numbers. Let's see. Copyright infringements per offense. Per offense. No, per offense. Copyright infringements per offense. Keeps going per wrong. It's not per as in PR as a cat. It's per offense. Per offense. Per offense. Let's see. Infringement notice. Let's see. He already got the notice already. He sent it to him. Ben got it. Email was already sent to him already stating that basically there was a copyright infringement claim placed against him by the government. He's already been notified already. So he knows already. That's why we received 2 phone calls from California from him. I don't know what he wanted to talk about, but there's nothing to talk about. Let me see. This is all now federal. This is going to be federal that's going to be involved in this. A little different area. Right there. Violations. Let's see. Minimum jail time for copyright infringements.
Here is some information for jail time for copyright infringement. According to Department of Justice, Section 2319 may be sentenced to a maximum of 10 years imprisonment, a $250,000 fine, or both.
It's pretty bad because, like I said, he messed with the copyright multiple times, and yeah, on both of them. We got 2 accounts of copyright fraud on them. We got one for the Crystal Edge, and we got a second one for the Black Series. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But, you know, I don't feel sorry for him. He brought it on himself. I mean, he got plenty of opportunities not to do it. And then we got the post office fraud charges to file on next week, or probably this week. I'll do it this week. I want to go off on that one too. We got that one to do. Now, the same thing goes for Wix. Wix decides that they don't want to basically remove them off the site. Not a problem. We'll file a lawsuit against them. That's an easy open and shut lawsuit. We even told them we're going to sue them. So they already know from the door we're going to file a lawsuit on them. Doesn't make a difference to me. Either way, I'm going to get paid. So, already. Because that's the first thing they ask. Where did our copyright violations begin? Where was the site? We posted it, Wix. And it's right there. So yeah, I talked to an attorney. He said, well, if they don't remove it, after you win the case, you can go and file a lawsuit against them. And it won't take long. Now, chances are it's going to be settled out of court. And I'll tell you why. And the reason why it's going to be settled out of court. First things first, extremely bad publicity on Wix's behalf. Think about it. He has a Wix account. I have a Wix account. Wix allowed another Wix user to walk over into another Wix account and pull copyrighted material, take it over to their site and slander their work. And Wix has a policy within their site that says they have a zero tolerance against people who commit copyright infringements on their website. No user on the face of the planet is going to go in and build a website through Wix knowing that their personal information or copyrighted material or licensed material can be ripped off their site by other Wix users, and nothing will be done about it due to the fact that Wix won't step in and enforce their policy. And therefore, automatically from that, even though we can show multiple applications that were put in and that were filed against for Wix to take care of this matter, and they chose to drag their feet, we can pull all that information against them, say, hey, look, Your Honor, we went in, we submitted all the documents, we went through all the proper channels, we filed for the copyright infringements, we covered slander complaints, we filed multiple complaints. We have ticket numbers for every single one. We have representatives backing us up. We have representative screenshot. We have a confirmation on those screenshots, and nothing was done at all. They can be sued that fast, that quick. It's copyright. And they can be sued for millions of dollars. I mean, a lot of money they can be sued for. I mean, somewhere in the range of maybe about $10, $15 million, easy. And they couldn't do jack about it. And the reason why they're so out of court to keep us, to shut us up, because they don't want anybody to know that they messed up on that level. Because again, if I'm starting a website through Wix and I have copyrighted music or copyrighted art or whatever I'm doing at the end of the day, and I find out that, hey, look, somebody went over and ripped someone's art off and displayed it on their site and Wix did nothing about it, you think I'm going to put my information on their site? Oh, heck no. They will lose business so badly their stock would even drop over that nonsense. It'll cause them a lot of trouble, and they know it will cause them a lot of trouble, especially when it's in court and it's on public records, and they can't afford that. So that'll be something that'll be settled out of court for whatever we want. YouTube, guess what? You can do the same thing to you easily, which we are planning to do for the whole nonsense with the, what is it called? The slander in our products, saying our products were nothing more than black paint. He's going to have to go to court and prove that actually our products do react that way. If you can't, he'll be filed. We'll slam him with it. That one's going to be civil, so that'll be a $250,000 to about $500,000 lawsuit, and we're just going to flat out sue YouTube right from the door. Because I basically warned YouTube multiple times, and YouTube has denied me, so I'm going to flat out sue their company right from the door. Yeah. Yes, sirree. I told y'all. I sat there and told you that when the new year comes up, we're coming after people. Left and right. We're coming after you. I don't care if you're a platform or not. We're coming after you. Because you had all this time to clean this mess up and you didn't do anything about it. So we're going to come in and fix it for you. Oh, man. So Wix got a choice. You've terminated site or we'll sue you. I ought to sue you anyway. To tell you the truth, honestly, I really should. Just flat out sue you anyway. But I'm going to give them the chance to basically go in and basically remove his site, terminate his site. But I should sue you just anyway. And I can. I could literally file a lawsuit against you for doing it. But we'll see what happens. And for those of you sitting there saying, but you use Wix, really don't care, because at the end of the day, we got accounts already set up at GoDaddy already. I own my domain name, so I can go set up over there, and I'm done. That's it. And we can leave Wix behind, pull our accounts, and we're done with them after we file the lawsuit. Okay, let's see. We got all that information there. I wanted to put this whole thing in there, but I think I'm gonna put a section on the website for our copyrighted artwork and then put all that information in there right there so we can have all that on display. Other than that, yep, free worldwide shipping for everybody at the end of the day. And what are we doing today? Oh shoot, we got phone calls to make. I got that place to call for the window advertising for the ad tech. I got business cards to make for that, and I got to set up another website for ad tech technology, and I got to call about my new place. Man, let me see. I'm curious. $30,000 per offense, per copyright. How much can you be sued per copyright?
According to Kent State University, in general, anyone found liable for civil copyright infringement may be ordered to pay either actual damages or statutory damages affixed at not less than $750 and not more than $30,000 per work infringed.
Okay, so we have 750. That's not going to pull up. Where we're at 30,000 where we're at right now, because they already asked me from the door when I went in what I'm suing for. It said 5,000, so no, we want the maximum term of 30,000, but it'd be 30,000 per work. See right there, per work. So for every time they flash that logo without our permission, that right there is a $30,000 penalty right there. They give you that option. Now, if you decide you want to fill one of these out for yourself, like I said, you're going to have to show that the damages, which you're going to show tons, which we have a lot of that. Not a problem on that one. We'll go over to junk mail. That's all from Jamie. That was all submitted to the government. Guys over here to the front. So all these emails were submitted over to the government, including the ones we just filed under Wix for the other copyrights and slandered against the company. See all these emails right here? Every last one of them were submitted. All these are going to be traced. So what they have to know at the end of the day, when somebody posts your work, yeah, you can do for that automatically. Automatically, you'll get money for that. Someone posts it without your permission, that's automatically going to come up. But what they also do have to be, this also, if you want more money, like really more money, then you have to be to show that whatever they posted, if they slandered your work, if they said your work was this, or your work was a scammer, you know, you're this, that, and the other, you have to show that there is a reaction from their action. That's what you have to show. This is a reaction. 187 emails with the word scammer across it basically is enough right there for them to go in and start prosecuting for whatever we want to ask for, the maximum amount. That's what will get you the maximum amount if you can show. Now, we have racial slurs in there, we have death threats in there, all kinds of stuff. So that right there alone is going to push the case into criminal charges, because the word racial word nigger, sorry I have to say that word, was mentioned several times in some of the text messages and emails we received. From there, it's considered to be a hate crime, and this is going to channel some jail time. It shows because of his actions and the way he carried himself toward our companies, this is the cause and effect. And when you have emails that are covered with the word N-words in it and calling death threats, then this was what they take very seriously. This is why I explained to him that even if, say, you didn't send the emails and somebody else sent them, you're still to blame for it because you triggered it. That's why we advise people don't do stuff. All that stuff can be bought. It will be bought up in court and he's going to sit before a judge, and he's going to try to explain to that judge that we received tons over on this side over here. Same thing, racial slurs and death threats, and same way on our Hotmail account, which we can prove and show a cause and effect by you writing the word scammer and labeling the Crystal Edge logo as us as being a scamming company, stealing and robbing from people, cheating people, doing fake demonstrations, scamming people and selling people black paint. Yeah, this is all going to come up in court. It's just not the copy. It's not only the copyright violations. It's much, much more that's going to be in there in court. So, yeah. Now, the only thing he can do is just, I don't know. What's that thing where the guy basically riots the bomb down to the earth and just, he's kicking the hat off? That's what you ought to do. You're going to self-destruct anyway, so might as well take it with a smile on your face, because that's just what's going to happen to you. I can't wait to see your face in court. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. My people will all be there waiting. Can't wait to see you. Told you we had your address. You weren't hard to find. That's his real address right there. Oh, you ain't hard to find. And please be an idiot and don't show up in court and see what happens to you. Now, keep in mind, because not only do we have those copyright claims against you, but also too because of the racial slurs and death threats and those emails that were triggered from you, you're going to be charged. There's going to be some charges popping up. Don't show up for those and see what happens. You mess around and get a bench warrant on you. Then you'll have somebody show up to your house and put some silver cuffs on you and be carting you off. Because I will be filing charges. I will be filing criminal charges. If criminal charges come up and they say that we can basically file them, I will be filing criminal charges. Now let's get back to the customers and free orders. All right, people, not free orders. Oh, I don't want to say that. I'm going to lose my shirt. Free shipping. I got to get all this stuff done today. This is the rest of the stuff. We got to send more stuff over. Now look at this. Look at this craziness. This is all, either it's from him or it's from other people. But either way, at the end of the day, if you're on this list and you sent something over, yeah, you're going to be traced. And when you get that letter in the mail, it says you got to come to court, and you see Mr. Bird's face walk through that courtroom, your life is now over when you see my face. If you see me with my attorneys, you're definitely screwed more ways than Sunday. You're definitely done. So just remember, before you get home, I'm going to make sure that they liquidate everything. That means all your banking account, anything you have, it's going to be frozen. So make sure you pull some money out of your account, put it in your pockets, because your accounts will be frozen. You owe me money. You got to pay me somewhere or other. And mind, this comes with interest at the end of the day. So you got to pay me. If you don't have it, then I'll figure a way how to get it out of you, one way or another. Now, let me get over here and get my customers taken care of, because I got orders coming in today. We got the overseas orders coming in. We got everybody ready to get them taken care of. We got testing coming up on the new technology. I got outdoor events coming up. I got AdTech technology to be displayed in windows and properties we're going to be renting out. And also, too, I can't wait to get that company set up, because that is going to make a ton of money for that technology. And now, since we have opened up the floodgates for overseas, that means, yes, we're going to be requiring and maybe accepting overseas contracts, because we got our licenses are done. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Man, this is a good year. New company, licenses are pushing through. Company is going to be solid and legit soon, and we're crushing our enemies all at the same time. God is good. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm not done yet. I am not done yet. I can't wait until Wednesday or Tuesday when we go online. I'm not going to be online. This will be the attorneys that will be doing it, and we start hunting people down. Now, like I said, if you haven't done anything wrong, what do you care at the end of the day? All you do is buy the product, display it. That's basically about it. If a person does a review against my product and he says, hey, I hate it, can't stand it, hey, that's your personal opinion. I don't care about that. But when you start taking my product and you start mixing it with black paint or try to say that it is black paint and try to say our products come out that dark and you're calling us scammers, you're slandering us, I'll see you in court. That's all to it. And then you better be the backup, what you did on YouTube, because if not, that means that for every person that comes in and does that, we're going to slam YouTube with a lawsuit, and we're going to sue you with a lawsuit. So please mess it up. Do something stupid. All right, let me see. You want to read what some of these emails say? I'm going to show you. Let's go pick this one. This guy's pretty sad. So he sat there. If he did all of these by himself, that means he wanted and designed a Hotmail account for every single time he was slandering the company or trying to insult us. Do you have an idea of the process you have to do a Hotmail account and verification and all that nonsense? They got to call your phone, make sure you're who you're supposed to be. You got to go through all that. Now, the reason why we know this is Jamie, because Jamie had a breakdown in one of the rooms. He just kept typing the word loser over and over again and again. That is pretty sad that you have to go in and you type in 187 emails. Notice how they're all saying they were loser in it? That is pretty bad. That is a person who doesn't have a life. Now, mind you, these emails are going to be read in court. Let's show you the ones over on the Wix account. Those over there. Now, he uses the word loser a lot. He does. And if you notice in his text messages, if you notice in his messages from his site, he uses the word loser a lot. This is how we know it's Jamie, because Jamie is a word Jamie likes to use a lot when he's insulting people, is loser. It's peppered out through on its site. It's peppered throughout here, and it's also peppered through the site. So that's how we know it's him. Let me see. Wix. Let's see. No, what am I going to do with the money? Half of it's going to with charity. I'm going to keep some of it to myself. Let me see. All right, let's see what we got in this one over here. Let's see. This one right here. We have. I can get away from there. Let's see. This one has a whatchamacallit on it, a trace on it. We can actually read what's in the inbox. Is it what original ones? One of these? There we go. So we know the emails are fake when they come up. It's the same emails over and over and over again from the exact same account that constantly keep coming up. If you notice that we're not getting like a bunch of do on a cell phone, because it was all mostly it was Jamie doing that. See how he writes loser, and just about everything he writes that in there, loser. If you go to his site where I show you, he writes loser over and over and over again. That's all him. All that mail was sent by him. Majority, I would say probably maybe about 2 or 3 of them was from somebody else, but the rest of them were all by him. And this is a person who talks about other people being triggered. And literally, he sent us this much mail. It was 110 or 112 in this one, and there's 187 in the other one. A very disturbed individual. Another fake email account by Crow. It's a shame he's like that. Like I said, you go in there and try to plead sanity. 302 you in a hot second. You know that when people plead insanity, you know what happens to you. Stick you in one of them rooms over there and put a 302 on you. That means you can't sign yourself out at all, period. Got to go through psychiatric evaluation. That's what you'll go through. You're still going to face charges. Some people try to plead that nervous breakdown, sanity charge stuff. Yeah, go ahead and play with that if you want. You know what happens to people who do that? Then you know what happens when they put you in that situation where the state has to sign you in. You're not involuntarily sign yourself in. There's a difference between the two. If you voluntarily sign yourself in, that means you go through evaluation period. You have a lot of power. You can leave whenever you can choose to break that and leave when you want to. Or if someone does it for you and they sign you in, then they have the power over you, and you can't leave unless they give you permission to leave, unless you can make them believe that you're not insane. But if you go in and you basically volunteer yourself, you have that option to leave if you want to, and you basically can deny medication if it's administered to you. But if the state does it, that's a whole other reason. Under criminal charges, and you plead that insanity, that means you have to do time served in that particular facility. And if they want to administrate Haldol, Thorazine, or whatever the crazy drug they want to give you at the end of the day, they can give it to you by court order. You will have to take it. So yeah, go plead that charge and see what happens. That is not going to go well for you while you're in there. And if you wasn't crazy coming in, you definitely would be crazy coming out, especially when that medication they will be sticking in your system. That's a whole nother world right there. You will not be a happy camper at the end of the day. If you do time served in a place like that, that means that's something that's going to go against your record anywhere. So you have people that plead an insanity charge because they figured that basically they can say they're not responsible for their actions, and because of that, they'll serve less time. They will serve less time than basically what you would serve if you were actually in prison population or you were going to prison. But there's a downside to that too, because now you are considered to be a person that has a bit of a mental problem, and this has to be treated with medication. And that medication they can give you in there, if you weren't basically mentally ill and you're faking it just to get out of a situation, you could end up a little crazier than what you were. The side effects on that stuff is absolutely hurt. Is brutal. Very, very brutal. So you want to be crazy, you'll be in there with all the little Michael Myers and Freddy Kruegers, and there's a few of them in there that have some very serious issues, and yeah, they are easy to be triggered. You can stare at those guys and they'll trigger quickly. You'll be in there with them guys at the end of the day. We'll go plead that nonsense in there. You'll be in there walking around with no belt, no shoelaces, sitting in a padded room or restraints, one or the other, on how they do it now. You'll be sitting right over there. Can't walk out of that situation because you got a court order to be there. So if people are looking at some real serious jail time, they'll basically plead that from the door. It says, look, I'm not responsible for my actions. Well, if you're not responsible for your actions and what you do, then basically you're not fit to basically live among society, and your actions could cause harms to others at the end of the day. So we have to basically put you somewhere. They're going to put you in that solitary confinement or in that particular unit where you're going to be monitored and watched 24/7, and that's going to be it. And you're going to be forced to take things that you don't want to put into your body, and you will be taking a lot of harmful medications that are fit for people that are basically needed, but you don't need it because you're faking it. Yeah, you can find out the hard way. So And two ways you're gonna go about that. But because uh um there is hate uh messages and the text messages and stuff like that, they wanted all the information in. Yes, considered to be a hate crime. We do have a couple of N words in these too. It's a lot of them, but we do have a couple of N words in there too also. These are the ones that were submitted yesterday. These are the ones I told you he removed this image off his website because it was slandering our company under Black Series Edition. That name right there has a copyright attached to it. We were able to submit that information over. Same registration number you just saw me post in. Yeah, that's our registration number for that. That's actually copyrighted. So when he put this on here and that on there, what happened was we got him at a good time. He wasn't aware of it. We contacted Wix legal department. The guy went in, logged into his webpage and saw it and said, okay, that's it. This is more evidence. This is harder than the other one because we actually have it on the site. We can get them for having it on the messaging, but this is right directly on the site itself. So he screenshotted it, took copies of it, sent it over to legal, and that's where the other ticket came up for that one. He's already been in contact to let him know he's being investigated for slander. He's also being investigated for copyright. And if Wix doesn't decide to speed up the ball and terminate the site, we slam them with the lawsuit. Because all this information was also submitted over to Copyrights Office. Well, CCB. Now, most likely, it's gone now. He removed it. He removed it when he found out that he got submitted that ticket. But this is going to cause, I'll tell you right now from the door, this is going to cause a ton of stress on his marriage. Because again, like I said, that if you get sued, chances are that debt carries over to the next person. And when that next person passes on, it carries on to them. And it carries with interest. And people will sit up there and fight in court among each other about who's to blame for it. I've seen it happen. This is one of the documents that was submitted. Oh, not you. Get out of here. I didn't even ask you for all that. I said open, not create a video. There we go. See that word in there? Phone number at the top and everything. Time stamped and everything. Racial slur. Call me a nigger. That's a hate crime. And I also have the word N-word also repeated multiple times in emails, which will all be traced back to you. And yes, if they ask me if I want to file charges for a hate crime, I will. That's the full email right there. Now, Jamie's the only one that mentions Hector. He mentions Hector quite a bit. As a matter of fact, on his website, he mentions Hector quite a few times on there. So you want to go around calling people the N-word, eh? You will see my face, Jamie. You're definitely going to see my face. We're going to settle this once and for all. I will see you in court. And I guarantee you, when I get done with you, when you go back home to California, you will have nothing to your name. You will be penniless when I get done with you. And if they give me the opportunity, and they will, for criminal charges, I'm going to press charges on you. So, You can't get a lawyer for this. That's the reason why I chose the CCB. You don't have a chance to have an attorney. It'll just be me and you and a judge. That's it. With this evidence right here and all the other evidence we have. You're screwed on so many levels. It's not even funny. And the police don't get involved in this. The FBI gets involved in this. The police ain't got nothing to do with this. Well, actually, once it becomes, well, it'll be both for this one, for the hate crimes right here. I'm gonna call people the N-word. I told you about that customer who was posting, and he said he's a racist, and Jamie's a racist. He's definitely a racist. That's why you made all that ruckus on Instagram. You was carrying on over there with that fake account, trying to make it look like it was us. Matter of fact, this was sent over too to be traced. Where is that on the blacklist? We already sent over to the Better Business Bureau the videos of your product matching house paint and still being sold on your website. There's a whole lot of stuff that was filed against them in the last couple of days. But this mess right here, we got that hate. There we go. Give me what I asked for. This is having its moment. That's our copyright right there. Let's get it to refresh. Yeah, this jerker went over on Instagram, got mad, made a fake account of our company, identity theft, another crime, another set of charges I'm filing against you while we're over there. We can get it all wrapped up while we're sitting in front of that judge. Look at that. Fraud. That's definitely fraud from the door. Scamming customers, telling them your product is something more than its house paint. Well, the Better Business Bureau, BBB, is involved in that one. That's what we filed. We filed another one too. I was doing a lot of paperwork when I got off camera. A lot of people we had to talk to. You're next. Definitely Solid Week. You're definitely next. We'll be talking to. As a matter of fact, next week I'm coming for you and Danny at the same time. We got plenty of time for you, both of you guys, but I'm coming up you guys quick. Post office mail fraud. There's your paperwork right there. United States Postal Inspector mail fraud. Your information being popped right up there, buddy. With your address. And mail it off soon. That guy came around, committed post office mail fraud, sent us over products that weren't even real at the end of the day, and didn't use the United States Postal Service to commit those crimes. We're not done with you yet. We're just getting started. Here we go, right here. Let's see, that's the fake batch number. Let me see, that should be the fake batch number. It's going to be a busy couple of days with Mr. Bird. That's the fake batch number. There you go. That's the fake Instagram account. This is also sent over. All this stuff is going to be questioned in court. Identity theft. We already been in contact with Instagram already about this. Now what happened was Jamie decided to go over to Instagram and make a fake account and try to discourage people that I'm calling myself a scammer and that I'm stealing from people at the end of the day. A person over on Instagram contacted me and told me about this page. I had another friend over there I was good friends with, and a couple of his friends were over there, and they also bumped into this page, and Jamie tried to convince them. The guy knew me already. He bought products from me. He knew who Jamie was, and he told Jamie to get out of his face and blah, 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 blah. And Jamie got hot-tempered and went off on this freaking rant, crazy rant, where he ticked off a lot of people over there. Well, now your address is public. And you're going to sit there and get mad and say, oh, at the end of the day, you put my life in danger. No, I did not. You put your own life in danger. You shouldn't have went over there and cursed out people and got nasty about their kids. You wouldn't be in that situation. Look at that mess right there. That's unfreaking believable. All this was sent to the Better Business Bureau and Fraud Division for website committing fraud. All that was sent over there. Unless you're going to go over to your website, you're going to start pulling that paint off your site, because you do know that that's going to get you in a lot of trouble. So you're going to have to pull them items off your website. Still won't be enough because we have recordings on everything. So, you got options here. You're going to have to go in and start deleting evidence left and right. Just like you removed our freaking, logo, with the word scam off your site as fast as possible so you don't get caught. And just like all these videos went missing because, again, you can't have your products out there for people to see that your products matching house paint because you scam people. So you're going to have to start trying to get rid of some of these. We got rid of the videos, they're gone, but you're going to have to move those products off your website. They're going to order you to remove them off your website. You can't sell a product that matches house paint and then try to tell the customer it's something different when it's house paint. All right, well, I have to take this information today. I got a form that I need to fill out for the Better Business Bureau. There's another section of it we have to fill out. We have to present evidence of this claim. And we'll be going to his website, not live. I'm going to be pre-recording this, taking pictures, sending all this information to them. They want to know that we told him from the door that he has a product that he's selling as a high-performance house paint, and it turned out to be nothing more than house paint. It matches on the demonstrations that he did, that these videos are missing. So they're going to look into that. They have to look into everything we said to make sure our claim sticks. And one thing they're going to do, they're going to go straight to your website, and they're going to see if these same products that are being shown here in these videos matching are sold on your website. Now, when the woman looked through the pictures that we displayed, even the video, and I said to her, do you see a difference? She said, no, I do not see a difference. They look both the same to me. Is he still selling these products on the website? We said, yes, he's still selling these products on the website as something completely different on what you're seeing here. That's considered to be fraud. That's why I keep telling you have to have tests to back your products up. You can file with Better Business Bureau with me against all day long. It really don't harm me at the end of the day. I'm licensed, number one. I have an LLC on my company. I can show my tax records. I do pay taxes. You can't do this at all, period. And again, none of my products match house paint. We have demonstrations to back our products up. You don't, and you continue to sell these products. So that is considered to be fraud. And if you're mailing this stuff through the mail, oh, gee whiz, I forgot about that part. Good gracious. That is post office fraud on a whole nother level. That's definitely fraud. If he is selling a product at the end of the day that has no testing behind it, that's a product that is matching house paint like it did here in the video, and it's having the same reaction, and he's using the United States Postal Office to actually transport this product, that is considered to be post office mail fraud. I got personal advice for you, Jamie. Go on vacation as much as you possibly can. I doubt you're going to be seeing much of the outside world. You could go to jail for a long time. And consider the fact that you haven't paid taxes. That's tax evasion right there. Gee whiz. All right, I got to go contact them. Yeah, we got to contact them, and we have to contact the United States Postal Service again, and we have to file another claim. First, we'll get the Better Business Bureau and get that locked in. They find him guilty on that. We'll take that claim and we'll go over to we'll go over to post office and we'll file another claim for post office mail fraud. Mind you, one case covers up to, let me see, penalties for post office mail fraud. So that means if you sold a product to a customer that turned out to be a complete fraud and you have no way to back this up, if anybody takes me to court and say, hey, look, I'm taking them to court because it's mail fraud, knock yourself out. Because I guarantee you, bar none, when I walk into that courtroom, I'm going to back my product out 100%. All demonstrations that I've done on my website to back my product, I'll do it right there in court with no problem whatsoever. And not only will I be able to back my products up 100% to be legit, but I'll come back out and hit you with a counter lawsuit that you will never forget. So trust me, play with me if you want. Anybody at the end of the day, anybody. I back my products up 100% more than anybody else on YouTube, on or off. So play with me. I'll walk up in that courtroom, I'll paint that screen right in front of everybody else with black paint painted into the screen with no problem whatsoever. I'll blow that demonstration up right there in the courtroom with no problem whatsoever. And then I'll turn around and I'll file a counter lawsuit against you for $100,000. So I can back my work. These guys, nah, they can't do that. You think they're going to walk up in that courtroom and say, hey, I'm going to take this great paint and paint it alongside of my screen, and I guarantee you that it's going to be different. Yeah, you're going to go by that. You're going to use this right here in court to claim that your products are different than house paint. This is what you're going to be using? Honestly? Truthfully? Seriously? You will lose in court. If you ship that product out claiming that it's something that it wasn't, that's considered to be deceiving your customers. And if you ship that out using the United States Postal Service to carry that out, that's mail fraud. Right there from the door. Same thing with Partey. If Partey can't prove that his product has a stacking system and that stacking system actually works as he claims what his product does, that's mail fraud. That's actually mail fraud because he's using the United States Postal Service to ship out the item, and it's considered to be fraud because it's something he cannot back up on his website that's actually true. That's fraud. I need to start making some phone calls a day. We got to go enjoy the free shipping all around the world, and I got to make some serious phone calls because, yeah, that needs to be reported. You have to be to back that up, and I can take you to court on that, asking you to back that up. It's considered to be fraud. You have to be to back it up. If I sit here and make a paint and say, hey, look, this paint right here, if you rub it on your arm, it's a miracle paint, and basically it will heal your arm. You can't do that at the end of the day. That's considered to be fraud. You have to prove that that paint has something in it that it can heal a person at the end of the day. If you can't back that up, that's considered to be fraud. You have lied to the consumer, you've misdeceived the consumer, and you can be getting a lot of trouble for it. So that whole stacking system that you were talking about, you're going to have to prove that that actually does work. And if it doesn't actually work and you have no proof of it, you can be sued for fraud. Website could be shut down and you could be sued even if you haven't sold a dime of it. The fact that you have it on your website and you're basically selling it as this and what it's not, at the end of the day, you have no proof to back it up, you can get in a lot of trouble for that. All right, let me make a contact. I got to call Better Business Bureau today, and I have to basically put some websites in real quick. Got to go. Enjoy the free shipping, and God bless.